from what you can gather from the title of the story, I am telling this on behalf of someone else. So let us start from the beginning, where I found myself being a very immature girl who did not have much life experience. But maybe it was a given with my age being 17. It was summertime and my parents had gone away for the weekend, leaving me in charge of the house and giving me the opportunity to prove that I can be mature and not throw any crazy wild parties. What they did not realise before they said this was that I wanted nothing more than to kick back and relax without anyone interrupting me. Piece of cake, I thought. So, it was a Saturday night. I had ordered a pizza from a local Domino's and got changed into my pyjamas before I searched through Netflix for something to watch. I found a typical romantic comedy and ended up watching it without a hitch. For those who wondered, I had a pepperoni pizza, and it was a small. For some reason I could not finish it all, but that did not bother me too much. I hate knowing I would have to work extra hard the next time I went to the gym. I only like to keep my body healthy. By this time in the night, I was ready for bed, but my phone rang and it was a video call from my friend on Zoom. She was alone as well. Both of our families were awfully close, and of course, they had gone away together. Annoyingly, I had to switch to my laptop that I had just switched off, but it was fine. We were both sat on our beds and began talking about anything and everything. It was not long before she started to speak about a guy she had just met. She liked him, but apparently he was kind of odd. And yes, she was into that. For this story, I will call him Harry. My friend would be called Sarah. On and on she spoke about Harry and how they went for a meal, to then having a drink. Apparently, they had not kissed, but she wanted one. As the conversation was carrying on though, the lights in her house went out. Like a power cut. She even asked me if there was a power cut in our area, but my lights were still on, and I pointed that out to her, only being a few houses apart. You would think why she not just came over, or me go around to hers, but the houses were still around 10 to 15 minute walk, even if there were only a few houses between us. I took the liberty of also looking out the window to see if any of the houses had this power cut, but nobody had. I also questioned how she still had internet, but she quickly said that when her parents went away, they would turn the internet off and use a password so that she could not use it whilst they were away. And so she had invested in a dongle that would give her some form of internet. Enough to last, if used wisely, I suppose. So now she was sat in the dark, and I had told her to come over to mine, but she refused, saying that the power will come back on, there's nothing to worry about. But of course, I had to point it out again, that there was not a power cut. It was just her house. But the conversation was beginning to get heated to an extent, with her also worrying about the food in the fridge and freezer. But no matter what I said or did, she was not having it. So, I was able to change topic and make her smile again, before I noticed something in the background. A silhouette by the window. I was confused by what I had seen, and asked what it was. But my friend did not seem to take me seriously. She thought I was just trying to play pranks to cheer her up. But I was deadly serious. Even more so when I saw the silhouette move from the window and out of sight. I urged her in my panicked voice that something was in the house and she needs to seriously listen to what I was saying. Finally, she turned around and stood up. I assumed she heard something. I watched as she carefully walked towards the room behind her, but she was not able to see anything. She came back to me quickly and said that she could not see. So, I kept telling her to come over to mine right now. Forget the food, forget everything. She agreed, even telling me she started to feel creeped out. But before we started to get up and end the call, the silhouette stepped closer and then ran towards her. I heard my friend scream at the top of her lungs as the lid of the laptop slammed shut. I quickly got up. I kind of froze for a few minutes before I called the police whilst getting dressed and running over to her house. The operator advised me to stay away from that house, and I agreed whilst making my way over to hers. Nothing was going to stop me getting to her house, regardless of my own safety. By the time I reached it, I had noticed the front door was slightly open and the house was still in complete darkness. I took the biggest deep breath of my life and pushed the front door open. I really wanted to call out to my friend, but I knew that if this person was still inside, then they would know where I was too. So, I remained silent as I started to walk around the house very slowly. At times it was hard to see, and things that would normally not scare me made me jump a little inside. I was on edge with every step I took. After clearing the downstairs, I made my way up the stairs when I heard one floorboard creak. I froze. Was someone still in the house? Apparently, the police were only a few minutes away, so it had given me the extra confidence to go up the stairs. I knew exactly where my friend's bedroom was at, and so made that my first destination. I peeked into her bedroom and could see the laptop on her bed. It had overlooked directly into the spare bedroom. Just as I stepped inside, lights out, I had passed out. The next time I'd woken up was with the police still in front of the house, waiting for the ambulance to turn up. They had arrested the man who was carrying my unconscious body down the stairs and questioned where Sarah was. But he would not say anything. What made this all a big plot twist was that his name was Harry, the guy Sarah had dated. Telling the police that he hit me over the head because he thought I was an intruder and he had come over to check on Sarah. The police had not believed it, and I certainly did not. It has been years since I last saw Sarah on that night. Harry had been let off due to a lack of evidence, but police kept tabs on him for a few more months. Not sure what happened with that, as he stopped telling me things. Sarah's family now believes she was kidnapped, and she is still out there somewhere. But I think it was this Harry. I still think about this night constantly, and I really hope Sarah is okay.